Hi there, it's Amanda with Random Acts Events, and I am so excited to bring you my first update for my E4K progress. So here's where I stand. For my baseline, I am 179 pounds, and I was doing about 1,500 steps a day on about average regular. I'm down about 21 pounds from last year, and that's because I cut out all my caffeine since last October, not including tiramisu, and I hope to stick to having no caffeine until at least DragonCon, because I was chugging like a 12-pack of Pepsis a day. It was getting a little outrageous. So, cut it all. So far, so good. I'm trying to be incredibly realistic in what I am setting as my goals, because I'm unfortunately the type of person that if I set a really lofty goal and I have a really strict plan in place, if I don't meet one of my deadlines, I'll end up feeling like I failed on it and caved on it, and I just can't get back into the groove, and the next thing you know, the whole thing falls to the wayside. So I'm hoping if I put these in small enough steps, and none of them is absolutes, this is something that I can stick with and progress with. So where I am starting is my work only has 4 stories. So I'm going to tell myself I have to take the stairs at work, not taking the elevator. I tend to get really tired in the evenings and not want to get up and be very active. And so I think what that might come from is from my eating habits. If there's food in front of me, I eat. And then if there's second helpings, I eat more. And then my loving husband offers me dessert, and so I eat even more. So what I'm going to try and do is to do an either or. I either get second helpings of dinner or I get a dessert. So we'll see how much I can stick with that one, because that's probably going to be the hardest part for me to do. I have also started re-wearing my Fitbit. I, of course, had stopped wearing it again. So I found it, then I found the charger, then I remembered to charge it, and then I remembered to put it on. So now wearing my Fitbit, and really excited to say, whoops, that I have already gotten all of my steps for the day, which is fantastic. I have set my steps at 3,000 a day, which for me I think is going to be semi-attainable as long as I'm remembering to do things like take the stairs. I work on the ground floor, so I'm not going to have to take them too often, but when I need to, I hope I'm going to remember to. And then the hopefully getting up more in the evenings will help with it. I also plan to have some pretty active weekends. So right now, I'm actually volunteering with a local charity that donates their profits from the fireworks sales that they do each year to the local youth groups, including my son's Boy Scout troop. So we all kind of volunteer shifts for it. And every day that I have volunteered it so far this week, I have gotten all of my steps just with the walking back and forth in this lovely steel container in the 90-degree weather. So plenty of sweat equity going into that one as well. I have several FanFest conventions coming up that I tend to walk quite a bit in as a Platinum Guide, so that's going to be a lot of fun as well, and I'll feel pretty good when I hopefully meet and exceed my step goals on those days. And then obviously Labor Day weekend, DragonCon, I tend to walk quite a bit for that one, so I'm excited to see what my Fitbit says. I know it's going to be nothing compared to the tech ops people that work that weekend. They post miles upon miles upon miles of steps, and hopefully I can just kind of hold my own, so we'll see how that goes. I tend to be more of a write it out person. When I can see it and it reminds me that it's there each time, I tend to stick to my plans a little bit better. So even just for this, I've kind of written down my notes, and I have it written down on my mirror at home, but nobody needs to see what my bathroom looks like. It's got notes about what my starting points were, how many steps I used to do, how many steps I want my goal to be, and then deadlines for each of them. So hopefully when we check in next week, I'll be able to at least tell you if I've stuck with this so far, where I've slipped up, where I haven't slipped up. I'll be honest, I pretended like I started on this last Monday, and it didn't go so well for the first couple of days. I had the second helpings of meals, and I still had some Oreos and milk for dessert, so I'm gonna have to work on that. I know it's my hardest point to focus on, and even while I've been here doing this, the easiest thing to do is some fast foods and Chinese buffets, which, you know, you just have to go back for seconds on those. It's expected. So I'll be working on it, but I feel like I've kind of worked it off this weekend, definitely getting in my steps, and we'll have to see if this is something that I can keep up with. Like we mentioned before, we're going to be incredibly realistic and very honest with these. You're not going to see us fluffing stuff up. It's probably going to be a long while before you guys see me running around a track or anything like that. So, stick with us, and I hope that these are encouraging to you guys to let you know that this is something that you can do too. If it's something we can do, hopefully it's something you can do, and if you need any encouragement or help getting started, just let us know, and we can hopefully give you some good ideas or point you towards a good track or maybe some mental exercises on how to get started on something like this. So I hope you enjoy prepping for your E4K. I'm hoping I enjoy it too.